Welcome back, Kings family, to another film review. This is another tough one. Well, it's just we're gonna address in this cover video the elephant in the room, which has been the offense and the quarterback play. The passing game in general. But while you could cry for more schematic schemes things up, Coach Mario said stuff in the presser regarding that, but you have to also make the plays that are there ahead of you, in front of you. You have three-man rush here. He sees it. There's nobody in him. This is perfectly timed. He releases it right when Jacoby slips underneath. Great second level avoidance from Jacoby George. Doesn't let the guy get hands on him. You have to put that ball. You see all this space, man. You have to put that ball at the top of the breast cancer sign towards that back pylon, and it's an easy touchdown. This is very similar to last week. Excuse me, when we had Xavier Restrepo for a touchdown. The ball was just underthrown into the inside while he had a very clean pocket. So you have to make the plays that are in front of you to win football games at a high level. Love this adjustment here from Coach Dawson with the RPO slant. We haven't really seen it much. We've seen it a little bit these last 2 weeks, but here it is again to Jacoby George. This one's big. You have the corner blitz in here, so he lets him know. So Tyler pulls it. We just have to, with that late pressure, we just have to find a way to put this ball out in front. Because if that ball is caught in full stride and full speed, that's a touchdown. It's a 41-yard touchdown. It's definitely was a big play going for a first down. He has a late rush here, so it's going to affect the throw. But we have to find a way to lead that ball out in front and make it easy. For TVD, you're putting a 5-yard ball out there, 7-yard ball out there, and it goes for a 41-yard touchdown. That would do well for your confidence. We have to find a way to get that ball, out in front. Then he makes these NFL level throws, and it just leaves you wondering as a Canes fan, like you're just so frustrated because we all know the talent that he has, but it's just been a downward spiral to so to say these last few weeks. Here's Jacoby George on this out route, inside stem, great route. You have some late pressure here because you have a one-on-one here from the D tackle, then a delayed blitz here from the middle linebacker. Look at this throw from the opposite hash. While he's getting hit, that's a beautiful ball past the numbers. That's an NFL throw. Some of these throws that we just talked about earlier in this review, that touchdown, even the one from last week for Restrepo, that those two touchdowns that should have been that were intercepted under throwing stuff, making throws like this, like you just have to wonder like how the hell do you miss the easy ones, and then something like this, you just show all that talent that we're used to seeing you, and then we saw earlier in the year. So obviously, I believe the issues are more mental, as everybody probably has come to agree. And the staff is going to have to outweigh the options of the veteran presence and hoping that this could be the bounce back game, or maybe putting in Emory Williams. I'll let you guys decide that. I'm going to roll with whatever the quarterback Canes roll out. But one thing's for sure, the offense needs to do better. This was embarrassing, and it hurts and sucks to watch because you know it's my Canes, so it sucks to watch. Welcome back, Canes family. It's another film review. Please like, subscribe. It's hard for me to put these things out there when the games like this are what the tape is. So if you love me or even if you like me just a little bit, go ahead and drop that like. But yeah, we're just gonna get into some of the good stuff that happens early. One of the good things that happened in this game is Mark Fletcher. NC State's gonna bring this safety as long as some inside double pressure from the linebacker. So they're bringing one more than we can block. So that unblocked man actually puts a good lick on Mark, and he's able to just eat that and keep going and drive through. So that's big time. It was big time, and it was a sign of things to come because he was running. He was running the football hard. He was breaking tackles. He was getting hard yards. He was breaking. He was gashing. It was a great overall game. First career game over 100 yards from the freshman. We got back to seeing the screen game be a little bit more successful this week. So it was easy to try to help Tyler Van Dyke out, get a quick ball out there. This time to Kobe Young. Great job here from Xavier Restrepo with that kick out block. And here's Matt Lee. Francis Malnose coming from the right tackle, which is crazy how he's here with the left tackle. It just shows you the athleticism and how this could have gone. Great job here from everybody. Extension of the run game, quick, easy throw, try to get your quarterback in a rhythm. No problem with it. And then, screen game actually, while I would say we should do a couple of Brashard Smith, screen game was pretty well. 3rd and 9 here. NC State has 11 set personnel. Running backs here, KJ Clore has him in man, so you're gonna follow him up. But this is basically a coverage sack. Everybody's in covered. See Devontae here. James is dropping underneath it. Cloyd covers the running back. Dude decides to take off. Here comes James with that closing speed. I mean, boom, lit this man ass up on our sideline. Look at Marcellus pulling him, a freshman getting hype. Everybody getting hype. I wish they condensed. I hate the condensed versions. I can't wait for the ACC to drop the full ones. I always watch them over a couple times when they do. But man, James dropped that boom on that boy. This was just a great play from NC State. If it messed us up schematically and it messed us up, just with alignment football. Just you got four defenders out here. They get their freshman stud receiver who they had, moved around in different ways. They cleverly just don't block these two to allow to set that edge. Corey Flagg reads the cutback, and then while he's reading it, he's just going to get blindsided by an offensive lineman. So this was just a great block here and scheme because you just leave Noah and the LT unblocked, which sounds crazy because it's just like, well, those are two of the best players in our conference and on our team. But it's all about creating that angle, and they were able to do so. Cam is to the outside, so now it's just a race, puts one foot in the ground. This is a horrible play because Daryl Porter gets hurt. Hopefully he's okay. Don't know any update on that. Hoping that's that's okay because he's one of our best players, if not our best corner, for sure. But again, just open field. It's all about that alignment. There's just so much space here. By the time he makes his dead leg on James and cuts back, he's going to get tripped up here from DP. But man, that was a nice play. And the way he bent that, it was just perfect. Right here, once this block was made on Corey Flagg, the seam was there. This is one they catch us slipping on. Here's the H back here coming to lead the way. And we just continue to go through, and he's basically unaccounted for. Kind of had that, whether Cam was on the edge, he blitz. You have James here, you have West there. You have no idea what really happened. Who was that assignment? But they snuck one on us. It was a creative play. Not gonna lie, using that H back. Hold it, make it seem like it's that RPO in the middle. You see eyes in the middle. Here's James floating inside. There's West floating inside. Nice play design there from NC State. That's how you catch aggressive defenses. Obviously, we're bringing pressure. Cam was floating off the edge. He's not just doing that on his own. Obviously, we got caught in pressure right here. So it's nice play design. It's basically like a little lead with the slant inside. So just some creativity from NC State, which manufactured them 7 points here. When Tyler makes these type of throws, we should be just playing at a high level. It's really frustrating not to see him consistently make stuff like this. Is an out route here. Jacoby George inside stem gets inside, creates space. Look at this pressure here. It's a one-on-one here. One of the rare times you see, one-on-one get through on our offensive line. Then you have a delayed blitz here up the middle. So it's a little bit of pressure there in his face, but look at that throw from the opposite hash. That's the numbers. That's the NFL throw getting hit, falling back. That's the stuff that gets Canes fans just like, what the hell? Because obviously he can make these type of throws, reading the defense and staring. And, some of these bad picks are one thing, but some of these picks are, underthrown footballs, that he can make. And these passes that he can make, look at this all in his face from the opposite hash. I mean, that's stupid impressive. It's just like, the consistency, the consistency was sporadic, in some games, and then now it's just, going really downhill. Mostly when you face 3-3-5 defenses, there's three linemen, D linemen, and then you see one of these guys are coming, you don't know who's coming, so they're rushing forward, you just don't know who's coming. This time, NC State brings it off to the left side. Mark Fletcher's going to do a great job here, cutting back, staying to this thing. You see all the traffic inside. Go here to the right, to the outside. This is middle linebacker flowing in one-on-one. You're just going to make him miss it, then immediately foot the ground. Just a very instinctual runner. We saw this at American Heritage. He's one of the best players to come out of Broward County. He put his foot stamp on it. Do think wish he would have had a little bit more head of steam here or just committed to that cutback. But I feel him, Buddy had good leverage inside and one-on-one tackle, just the bruiser going downfield. People did not want to tackle him. He was breaking tackles, great vision, foot in the ground. I mean, look at that cut. Foot in the ground, I'm upfield. These are cornerbacks in open space, just making them look stupid. You got Jacoby George here alerting his quarterback that here comes the nickel blitz. Here's the RPO with the slant. NC State brings the pressure. Everything is perfect. His ball's completed. It's a first down. It's a good play, right? But it could have been a great play, man. It really could have been a great play, something that we needed. This should be a 41-yard touchdown, if we're being honest. You got to put this ball out right in front. Let him run in front of it and, snatch that thing and have that yak. That's a 41-yard touchdown, fam. You have to put that one on the money. There is some pressure that's gonna, dictate the throw. It could have hurt here from number 11 off the middle, but it looks like that ball was released before he can, put a hand on it. I don't think he was able to tip it. Definitely, it rushes the throw, but we gotta find a way to put that ball out in front, man. You put that ball here, and he's running to the end zone, 40 yard. He's gonna hit his head on the goalpost. So that's a good play, but it definitely could have been a great play. And when you have a quarterback struggling, throwing a 7 yard slant and then going 40 yards for a touchdown, some of the best things that you could have for you is momentum. 3rd and 7, we're in our 11 personnel here. We're gonna have a slant with a corner over to the field side. Get the play fake in. TVD's looking. You see this. You see the safety shoot down, or this nickel defender shoot down. Once she shoots down, TV is like, okay, let me get the ball to the vacated area, which is that slant, because this corner is going to drop underneath in that corner for X. So they'll bracket them, they'll pass that off. So this is the correct read, honestly. Hit him right there on the numbers, and hopefully he can make his way to that first down marker, which probably would have. But here comes the guy reading, the tight end staying in the block. So as he comes in and shoots down, he doesn't commit fully. He just sits there in the throwing lane. He sits there in the throwing lane. It's just a good play, heads up play by the defense. Almost turned into a disastrous interception. But that was the right read there for that concept. People I see were like, "Oh, Restrepo's open." Nah, bro, that dude. Look at his technique. He doesn't move down until that ball is thrown. You see, that's when he moves down. As soon as this comes, he would have dropped and sunk underneath it. It would have probably been an interception. But anyways, kick the field goal there. Red zone offense. We were able to move the ball down the field and get into the red zone. Unlike most of the Virginia game, but red zone the offense was just came crumbling. With Darrell Porter exiting the game, they usually don't target him at all. So they go at his backup, which is Devontae Brown, who has a bunch of starting experience. Not even mad at this coverage. Gets him inside with that, beats him inside initially. If he just can maybe just doesn't slip up a little bit there. That ball is a little bit even harder to complete. Maybe goes incomplete, but not even mad at all with the coverage there. He's on him. If he doesn't have that little slip, he gives up the inside there, but does a great job of coming through again. If he doesn't have that little slip up, maybe he can play through the ball, but able to do that security tackle. When you play man coverage, you can give up a 10, 12-yard play. As long as you don't let that man, catch that ball and keep running, you live to cover another down. Love this. If you're on the channel much, you've seen my video about Coach Guidry and our cornerback blitzes and how we've been dialing them up, and how they show no indicators, which alert to the quarterback for them coming. Look at Jaden Davis here. There's no indication that he's coming, and he just booms off the edge. Here's Ruben Bain, who's going to get all the attention in the world here. So you got a double team with this guard and this to right tackle, and here comes Jaden Davis to the quarterback. Can't even see him. Just booms him for the strip sack. And Jared Harrison Hunt, is able to fall on it. But that's just great here. No indication. You got standing up here at the line. You got Flag, who's most likely playing that running back. Then you have Jaden Davis just unaccounted for in pass protection, just blowing this quarterback up for this strip sack. The cornerbacks have been landing all year. Corey Couch has had a few sacks. Derek Porter's had a few of them, distort the pass, but it's, again, just no indications from the cornerback room that they're coming. So you don't have that slide out protection. You have the back already releasing to the opposite side. This is just a perfect play call at the perfect time. And then, defensively, man, I love the defense. I'll never knock them. They gave up a touchdown late. But then right after that, right after a turnover, they were on the 3-yard line and had a goal line stand. So the defense been fighting all year. Making plays just like this, forcing like 3 or 4 turnovers. So another big play here for the defense. Man, this is so close to a touchdown. This is just so close, and bang, bang, man. It's not like it's a blame on anybody. Just a quick little screen here to Jacoby George to the near side. You get Cam McCormick, who could shoot out, after blocking inside. You have, not Cam McCormick. You have Francis Malinois, who's going to shoot out. But just love this block here from Brashard Smith as well. We're going to get into this. So you have Cooper pulling, and you have McCormick crashing in with Malinoa and Matt Lee and Cohen releasing, with Richard Smith going one on one with the corner. He does a great job here. We just got to get one hand on here between these two. If we're able to just chip that, that's just a touchdown, man. Cohen's leading the way here. We just have to find just a way to get enough body on this guy to let Jacoby George just run right through for a touchdown. It was almost there. It was a perfect play call. We caught him in the coverage that we wanted him to be in the near side, so there's less numbers there once you pop that gap. If we just find a way to get just enough on him, man, so he doesn't trip up Jacoby George, man, that's a touchdown. So that's a missed opportunity there. Not one of those fault, like it's anybody's fault, but just got to find a way, to make that block somehow. Canes go back to a similar look that we saw a couple weeks ago versus Clemson. Three down linemen, you got an extra linebacker in, just going to be rushing the edge, basically. Here comes Wesley Besaint off the edge. Great inside penetration here from JHH. Quarterback has to step up, and he's going to throw a ball down the sideline. Good coverage here from Devontae Brown at the end. Just trips up, so you get that flag there. But that's actually going to lead us into this next play because they want to test him. Obviously, he's the backup to Darryl Porter. Really good corner, so, they're going at him. So the quarterback at NC State thinks he found his matchup where he wants to go. This is going to be one-on-one here. He tries to look the safety off. It doesn't work. Comes back to it. Great hit here from James Williams. You'll see him flying here off the edge and come right inside. Running back chooses to get flagged, and then this quarterback gets killed, so the ball hangs a little bit. But Cam, knowing that they were picking on Devontae, trying to go that way, and they felt like they identified that matchup, so they go with him at the one-on-one ball. Cam already knew, sold that dream, and slid over here for his fourth interception of the year. They're starting to pile up for Cam. He almost had one, earlier in this game that if there was a full game, we would have been able to see. But just love this from James Williams. This is two safeties making a play at the same time. So the running back chooses flag, who's the most inside man. I get it. I don't think that's wrong of him. But James Williams is just so damn big. Look at him just tear that quarterback up, and then Cam just waiting for it. Great hands, controls it all the way down to the ground. INT number 4 for our All-American. Haven't seen much of Parrish. He was banged up. You've seen him a little bit in spurts. We see him here, a 12 personnel set. We got Trips Bunch here tight. But just look at this left side of the offensive line. Matt Lee, Cohen, and Jalen Rivers. Get some movement here with that double team. Allows Henry Parrish just to go ahead and just cut outside, make that jump cut to the left, and then plenty of space there. He outruns the cornerback there for a first down. But just look at that initial surge. That second surge here from the offensive line. How they pushed out the way. It allows Henry Parrish to get that head start going. This is some of the plays that you there's no way you would have thought, earlier in this year you would see. Just not confident, man. Just 3rd and 16. The turnovers have been piling up. But you have to, they're rushing 3 and they're getting sacks on them. But you have to, as much as, you say, oh, man, they're rushing 3 and they're getting sacks, you have to, manipulate this pocket. You have to stand up. And then you have a Cooper who's going to seal that off. And then you have all day. You want to hit Richard here on this out. Maybe you could step up and throw that. Is it going to be the first down? No. But you could step up and throw that. And at the very least, you could step up and just hit this check down. And so we could, get as much yards as possible. Get a lot of space here. You never know. But, even then you just punt out you punt out and flip the field position. But you got to find a way to manipulate that pocket. Getting strip sacked, rushing 3 is embarrassing. And usually you would point at the offensive line. And obviously, you don't want him to get beat one-on-one, for instance. But, at that point, look how wide he is. Look at this is where the line of scrimmage is. Look how wide he is. This 15-yard line. He's bending, 10 yards. You have to, as a quarterback, not be 10 yards back like that. You have to find a way to step up in that pocket. So I'm not going to, tear Francis up for that one. That's just, offensive execution right there. And you put the defense in a bad spot. And I believe they hold strong once again. Love this. Team just gave up a turnover. And then we just come out aggressive. Another 3 linemen in front again. And you see everybody just coming in. You see now Cam's knifing in and 2 linebackers shoot. Malinoa is going to go ahead and great read here. Once that opening in the middle of the center goes to help on Leonard Taylor. Once when that right guard turns cheap, but to hold that wide opening for Malinoa, who comes right through for the sack. Who's probably I got to check his sacks because he's had a few, especially the last few weeks, how they've been using him. Going down to the line as a rusher as well. Shoots right through that gap. Great job by Corey Flagg, again, attacking that running back. And then boom, here we go. Third and goal again. It's time for Ruben Bain. Obviously, you have the initial pressure here from LT. Knife's in there. You have Malino when they went in there as well. Ruben Bain comes here to finish this up. Third and goal. They're basically conceding the points for the field goal, trying to run with this quarterback, Brandon Armstrong, who actually had some moments running the football against us, which definitely irked me, but I understood some of the alignment issues that they gave us with it. But here we are able to seal this up. We've been calling for more checkdowns throughout the year. So, we have to be happy when we do see them and then they move the chains. So, you have to take what the defense is giving you. We're in 12 set personnel, two tight ends here. We're going to bring Restrepo here in motion. He's going to be doing basically like a wheel. So, you have two verticals going on with your tight end here. He's going to get held up here. And then you have Restrepo, who's going to have a safety over top of him. So TBD, doesn't like it. I see it. He sees it, then scrambles out real quick, dump off here to Mark Fletcher in space for an easy first down. Does a little bit extra with it. Doesn't go down easy. But that's what, check it down. We've been seeing a couple of these check downs a little late. So the running back or, whoever the check down is doesn't have time or space to make a move. But hey, man, those two people to read on that side. You didn't like either look, check it down. We can't complain when you do plays. I know I was hyped about Mark Fletcher coming in. You guys have seen my review of him on the channel, and just me talking about him throughout the season. But great job here, Kobe Young, 1-on-1 blocking their best defensive player. And then great job here by McCormick. Gives Mark Fletcher that space to just crease through. Offensive line does a great job crashing down. This is LT. Jalen Rivers really just moving this man and taking him all the way to the other side, basically all the way to the right tackle, and Francis. So just love the left side. That's a great side to run to. Not that the right side isn't, but you can lean on the veterans, which is from Lee, Cohen, and then Jalen Rivers, and then a great job with McCormick as well, another veteran. Great tough running. Love to see the career day from Mark Fletcher. We're in another 12 set personnel, which honestly is where we move the ball the best because we're running the football successfully. Motioning X a little bit to a double stack. You bring in a wham block here from McCormick. Everybody's zone stepping. Here's Mark Fletcher with that little hesitation. And what that does is that allows for that space right behind Matt Lee to open up in between him and Cohen. And then boom, butts to the hole. And now he's sprinting right through it. So just a great job here from Mark Fletcher. Just a second of patience allows that hole to open up. You'll see it better on this angle coming up. Here's Cohen. Here's Lee. Now Mark Fletcher is right through. As soon as Cohen's able to seal and Matt Lee's able to seal, here comes Mark Fletcher right through. Great patience at the line of scrimmage. No secret what they're doing. They're going to rush 3, drop 8. A lot of people in these windows. You don't really get to see much people, open on this one. Your X's here. You throw that out or that corner to Jacoby. That's a potential pick. So he takes the check down here. And we have to punt again. Trips here now to the right. This time they try to get to their speedster freshman on a more traditional pop pass. But this time they don't have that alignment gain, that alignment advantage. Here again, 3 down linemen. You have Lichtenstein, a veteran guy who's been around. Just when he gets healthy, he's unblocked. He shoots upfield. Great job not over pursuing it, so the guy can't cut right behind him and good up that hash. Great job there for the TFL from Lick. Another big body, someone we need rotating and playing good ball for us on the inside. The power from Coach Cristobal loves to run with, really isn't more embodied by anybody on the running back room more than Mark Fletcher here. You get a motion here with Francis pulling the back end. Cohen doesn't even get much on this guy here as he's crossing back over his face, just makes him miss. Here's Fletcher, just makes him miss. He's actually able to trip up this guy unbeknownst to him as he's turning around. So Cohen throws a butt block here. Trips him up, allows Mark Fletcher to get to the second level, just bouncing off tacklers, 2 hands on the football. Just one of the best, impressive freshmen you'll see in the backfield. We go back to our bread and butter, get some of our athletes the ball in space, extension of the run game, get Matt Lee, get Cohen out there in space, Francis. Great block there again by Xavier Restrepo. Helps spring this for another first down. Critical third down at this point in the game. This one's tough because we're in the red zone. We've been struggling in the red zone. There's not really much for him to go here with Kobe Young. X is covered here. You can't really see Jacoby George on the screen. And then McCormick is, going to the opposite way of him as he's getting rushed from the pocket. So timely pressure here. They're able to get a little bit of here on the left side. Flushes TVD up in the pocket. He's manipulating it. So he sees Mark Fletcher. He's able to check it down here as he's releasing this football. Xavier Restrepo makes his move to try to get behind this defense. If just one split second later, he would have found X for a touchdown right here. But, you can't blame him for just dumping that ball off to Mark. But, sometimes he's just so close to, just another opportunity. X, trying to give room for his quarterback. Just one more, half a second or just another pat on that football. And there's no way TVD doesn't see X right here for a potential score. But just great tackling here from NC State. Obviously we go for this. So it looks like there was a attachment here, RPO for Kobe Young. The safety right here doesn't shoot up until that ball is handed off. So once that ball is handed off is when he commits. So this would have been a one-on-one throw. You could have probably put it up, but not. Gives it here. Just too much pressure here coming off the edge. And knifes down, then you're not able to get Mark's feet going into that big pile. It was just everybody in the stadium knew what we were doing. This time they would just stop it, deflating. Or you can say we should have took the 3 there. We missed the field goal previously to it. But man, you have to be able to lean on the identity of this. Clemson and Virginia, we won those games leaning on our offensive line. So I can't fault them for making that call, trying to win this game by the best and most consistent group on the offense. Obviously, they're trying to run the clock out. They're in their 12 set formation. They're trying to get the ball moving. Great job here from their tight end, able to seal this edge. But it's a better matchup for them when that edge is to Corey Couch. He's a 5'10", 180-pound corner. It's you could say, hey man, you gave up that edge, but I mean, bro, let's be real. Crashing down, who do you expect to win this matchup? You have KJ Cloyd going around, so there goes that hole. Got to make this tackle right here between Francis Malinoa and James Williams, two of our best players on the team and tacklers. James Williams been playing an excellent game, and just a lapse right here, just all shoulder. It doesn't wrap up, so he bounces off, and then here comes the extra lineman, just perfectly timed going underneath it, so he can race for the end zone. Sucks there, bro. Not gonna kill our defense. They held us in this game the whole way. One whiff on the tackle from James Williams might remind people of last year when he was kind of doing that a lot, even his freshman year at times. But he's been pretty solid all year. The defense just finally gave way, in my opinion. They're actually going to have another turnover and have a do a goal line stand after this. So can't complain too much about them, but you would love to see it at least wrapping up right. Quick little kick return of Brashard Smith. Very surprised that he didn't get more opportunities on offense just because you can manufacture him touches with quick screens or just pop pass or just handing them off the ball and traditionally in the backfield. Was really surprised with that. 4th and 18, you have to have it. So this is basically the game where you have to go 2-by-2 set here, 2 receivers here. You're trying to just hit this post right there behind this second level window from Restrepo, but the coverage was there. The ball was high and late. It had a little bit more room this side to try to fit that ball in because this safety was just a little close to the line of scrimmage. So you might, but again, the ball is just high, late. Restrepo's not able to get inside. Does a good job of rerouting him with that push off. That ball is already in the air. X doesn't really get a chance to look for it. He puts his hand up, but that ball is over him. So 4th and 18, you have to go for it. So that's why you try to force it in there. But just the interceptions, not every turnover is the same. Obviously, he had some where wrong routes are run, and then he had one at the end of this game that we're going to get to with times ticking down. And UNC with time ticking down. So some of those are interceptions don't mean nothing, but I think at this point mentally, even those like interceptions that you would excuse for a quarterback, they're meaning something. They're 10 interceptions now. He's had plenty of throws that that have not got intercepted, that were interception worthy throws, turnover worthy throws. It's just spiraling right now. Just how can you get mad at the defense here? Just another goal line stand. This is run tough mill football. Look at that line, getting that push. Everybody stopping down. They get to that 1 yard line, bro, and they again back to back to back. That D line is just coming through. Everybody fighting. That was a cornerback there, still fighting. Now they try to get that zone going. These are defensive backs, jumping in there, getting their nose in there. And that's Jaden Harris. Everybody, kudos to everybody on the defensive line. That's LT, that's Moten, holding his own. Everybody deserves credit for not giving up, even though this game, pretty much is out of reach for them. Everybody's online. That's their backup safety, Markeith Williams. Everybody's on deck. This is good football, man. Their man coverage, they bring us around. They everybody knows we're in man because now we're following. This guy falls to the ground, so it might have just ruined their play. However, it looked like it could just be a QB power and draw. Here's Francisco Manoa, just here in the middle of the whole meeting. Them that's just hat on the hat, not letting him get past any yard. As soon as he got hit, and then kudos for the defense, coming in because it didn't look like they wanted to blow that whistle. They let that go for too long, and they finally blowed his forward progress dead. But just another great goal line stand here from the defense, and real man stuff there. And again, forced the field goal. The game's pretty much out of reach, but here they go fighting strong, providing another goal line stand for us, man. Even though it looks bad that we lost 20-6, man, can't say nothing bad about the defense, man. This has got to be on Coach Mario and Coach Dawson. At this point, what's the point of letting TVD go out there and throw this pass with 7 seconds left? He already had an interception at the end of the UNC game that kind of like put this downward spiral right at the end. What's the point of letting him just force a garbage interception right here? There's so much coverage. What's the point? You know, what's the point? Just add into an already horrendous night, and you just sometimes you got to protect the player from himself. And this was just a horrible way to end this note, and just a horrible way to play this game offensively. But hopefully, we have faith because Florida State week is coming up, and no matter what, I don't care who goes out there, who plays, who's this, who's that. We want to beat Florida State. You can't just accept anything. We demand better, and we should do better. And hopefully, 6-3 right now doesn't feel like 6-3, which is crazy, especially after a year like last year. So just gotta pray and hope that some adjustments are made. Go Canes.